Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode for Ford Friday we're going to be looking at the Ford Zephyr. Hello and welcome back, and if you're new to Quarterlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you like cars and car brochures, please consider subscribing, it really does help the channel. Anyway, back to today's episode, which is first shown on a Friday. We call those episodes Ford Friday episodes. Today is no exception. We're going to be looking at the Ford Zephyr. And here is today's brochure, and it's one of them kind of like just beyond, because we're talking about looking at brochures from the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond. This is a little bit beyond, I guess. This one's dated October 1959. These Zephyrs would be the Mark II. You find with these older brochures like the 60s and 50s brochures, very rarely do they have an actual photo of a car. They're nearly always drawn like this one. However, this in one way is slightly different, I guess, because what you'll find with 50s and 60s brochures, they very often fold out like a brochure style, but this is a more traditional brochure as it opens the normal way, which is certainly a little bit interesting. If we just zoom in on the front cover, an interesting design overall. It would have been great to be one of the artists for these in the 50s and 60s. It's kind of like got the non-coloured route with the background. Husband and wife possibly looking at their new Ford Zephyr. And the observer will notice we've also got a dealer stamp. This is for a Ford dealer in Stockport, Gordon's Stockport Limited. Always particularly like dealer stamps, actually. It's all part of the history, isn't it? Particularly on these older brochures. But anyway, let's open the brochure up and have a look inside. And as we look into the brochure itself, we're greeted with some nice drawings of these cars. New contours, new colours, new comforts, it tells us, showing us both the saloon and this rather attractive convertible. So some lovely images. I do particularly like this convertible in this green. It does look very nice indeed. Again, they've gone with that same design of, the front image, the drawing of the cars being coloured, and little pictures of people in the background kind of like admiring the cars. And so it appears to be the case on the next page as well, where it says, "Sitting is believing. Here is new deep cushion luxury comfort for 6. Centre armrests, front, rear, optional. Unique to Ford head and legroom. Restyled seat trims come in delightful variety of new colours and patterns." And a little bit of a drawing of that interior as well. And so the theme continues on the next page as well. So these Mark II Zephyrs ran from 56 to 62. And in 56, the console Zephyr and Zodiac were all restyled. 6-cylinder engines were enlarged to 2553cc, which is what we've got in this brochure. Let's zoom in on that picture of that interior. Very nice interior indeed. I kind of admire both the designs of the car itself in these 50s and 60s brochures, but I also admire the drawings. They're always really well done. Not too much thought about safety on these cars, of course, but extremely stylish looking cars. I must admit, I do kind of prefer these older Zephyrs to, the later Zephyrs. I must admit, I think they're a little bit more stylish, in my opinion anyway. Text says style and simplicity and lots that's new. Non-reflective padded upper fascia panel with separate instrument cluster and shroud. Styled parcel shelf with lower fascia panel. Ashtray and radio just where you want them. Quite amazing. It's talking about radios at this time, of course. Vertical chrome heater and ventilation controls, international design, control knobs, steering column shroud with black gloss finish, steering wheel, gear shift and flasher indicator knobs. You'll need to slide in and look around. Lovely view from the rear, particularly like those rear lights and that sort of like fin type design. Very American design, really, isn't it? This particular colour, I think it's Morocco beige. There is a bit of a colour chart at the end. And the side view on the one on the next page, Pompadour blue, I do believe, is this colour. Of course, cars at this time showing off those rather lovely chrome quarter lights. Text wise, it tells us and new contours, the new low look. The new slim roof contours mean little alteration to rear headroom. Bright metal drip rails and extended bright metal body side mouldings add a sleeker touch. Headlamp hoods are chrome capped, and for the rear lamps there are new stop and tail lenses, new reflector. New bright metal cappings cover the rubber windscreen surrounds, gives an all-round increase in size and visibility. New bright metal cappings cover the rubber surround on the rear window too. Style-wise, good looks lend greater distinction to your Zephyr. Turn the page, it's kind of like showing you some features. It shows a drawing of the distinctive Ford emblem for your steering wheel, the door armrests at just the right height, and a glimpse of the striking new door trim colours with bright metal capping strip. The stylish line enhanced by chrome cap headlamps, and those rather lovely rear lights. New rear lamp assembly, stop and tail light lenses and reflector. A view of the new padded regulator, instrument shroud and restyled upper and lower fascia panel. Chrome half horn ring to give clear instrument vision. And the next page starts talking about the automatic transmission option, and quite nice little drawings actually. It's got L for low drive to ensure maximum engine braking power when descending a steep hill. Low drive is selected. Transmission is locked in low gear to take the downhill strain. Flick back to D for normal automatic driving. So D is for normal drive. Performance and gear selection are completely controlled by the pressure on the accelerator pedal and car speed. If extra acceleration is required at speeds below 55 miles per hour, push the accelerator right down. The immediate gear selector automatically accelerates you quickly to 55 when the change from intermediate to top also occurs automatically. I mean, it's all pretty much self-explanatory really, isn't it? R for reverse, N for neutral, and of course P for parking. Next page gets a little bit wordy, continuing talking about the automatic and two pedal control. So let's turn the next page. And like I say, this is a 6-cylinder power. So 2553cc of singing power with world famous Ford features that have proved their worth over thousands of miles in trouble-free motoring. In particular, the engine is mounted at 3 points on rubber for maximum insulation. The detachable cylinder head incorporates volume control, combustion chambers. The 4-bearing crankshaft is dynamically balanced for extra smoothness. Thanks to the attention to detail, the motorist's dream comes true. More miles per gallon at high and lasting performance. And then a very nice image of that engine. The rugged cast alloy steel 4-bearing crankshaft, fully counterweighted and balanced. High-powered high-duty final drive gear in a one-piece housing. And the drive shaft universal joints run in needle roller bearings. You certainly find in these older brochures they get a little bit more technical, don't they? In showing you things that more modern brochures no one would really want to see. Okay, so specifications. So yes, 6-cylinder engine. Very technical again, isn't it? Like I said, these older brochures certainly go into a lot of detail. 85 bhp. Even tells us about the engine lubrication, the ignition, which is a 12 volt, the fuel system, cooling system, belt driven fan, transmission there as well. Let's have a look what the transmission is. A synchromesh on top and second gears by the looks of it. So not synchromeshed on first. I presume it's a 3-speed, yeah, 3 forward speed gearbox. Then we've got information about the front suspension, rear suspension, brakes, steering, wheels and tyres, electrical equipment, and like I say, all very technical and very wordy on these older brochures. We've also got some information about the instruments, if we move the camera a little bit, and the controls are mounted on the top half of fascia panel. From left to right, the controls are chalk, windscreen wiper, key operated ignition starter, combined instrument side and headlamp lighting switch, foot operated headlamp dimmer switch, fresh air ventilation controls and heater controls when fitted. Also got information about the body, general equipment, dual windscreen wipers, optional extras, a heater and demister, hide PVC upholstery, rear centre fold-away armrests, overdrive, automatic transmission and white sidewall tyres. And then at the back here we've got some lovely little images of guaranteed accessories and also a colour chart. But let's have a look at these accessories first. So we've got a toolkit, a hood lamp, radio and aerial. Number 4 is an exhaust deflector. Number 5 there is a overdrive, what he describes as a fog stroke pass lamp. Number 7 there is a cigarette lighter. That's quite unusual on this age of car. We can also get these, what it describes as a fashion styled mirror, and above that of course is a foot pump. More lights this time. This one's referred to as a long range driving lamp. And number 11 there looks like another lamp. This is a reversing lamp, so again an unusual feature for an older car for sure. Number 12 there is anti-mist panel. And then we've got these unusual cans with Ford on them. I'm sure them on their own are probably worth something today. So number 13, antifreeze. 14 is chrome cleaner, car shampoo, a hydraulic brake and clutch fluid, an interior cleaner, and then this small little bottom right at the end is body polish. And then finally our final accessory there, this is actually the heater kit. So we do actually get quite a colour choice actually, quite a nice colour choice. Starting at the top there, ambassador blue, smoke grey, Monza red, black, lichen green, pompadour blue, number 7, which we can't quite see, so let's just move the camera down a bit. So number 7 is Cirrus white, and then we've got Morocco beige, Vulcan grey, and that rather nice sunburst yellow. And then right at the bottom we get shark blue, and then the final colour there is actually imperial maroon. And then I think even the back cover is quite nice actually. Just zoom in on that little bit of a drawing. A little bit of the planet there, and worldwide Ford service. No, not World Wide Web, Worldwide Ford Service. It says at the end here, when you buy a Ford, you buy more than a car. You buy the backing of unique worldwide Ford service too, provided by the leading dealer sales and service organisation in the automobile industry. And then ending, Ford Motor Company Limited, Dagenham, Essex, with compliments, which I'm assuming is probably where the dealer stamp should actually be. Printed in England by Ben Johnson and Company Limited, York. And right at the very bottom there, in the bottom right hand corner, is the little bit of a reference code there saying Zephyr. The code at the end there, that 1059, is meaning October 1959. So there we go, the lovely Ford Zephyr Mark II for your Ford Friday. Do you remember these cars? Have you seen one of these cars? Have you ever owned one of these cars? Lovely to hear and jot in the comments. I must admit I've not had any sort of experience with these particular cars and never driven one. Obviously I've seen them and of course admired them, but I've never actually been in one. So your comments are always very much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching Course Like today. If you've not done already, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It is completely free. So yes, subscribing is completely free and it made it easy for you to do so. That circle with the little bit of a cat and Quarterlight logo, click on that and that is how you subscribe on your computer or mobile phone. I've also added a couple of extra videos for you if you've got time. If you click on there, it'll take you to another of my videos, and of course if you want to search through the back catalogue, there's hundreds and hundreds of previous episodes. But for now, we'll say thank you so much for watching, have a great weekend, and do take care. Goodbye.